Hey everybody, welcome back. And if it's your first time here, well then welcome. I'm Craig, this is Foxy, and thanks for dropping by. In today's episode, we're going to do a full review of the Blackstar St. James amplifier. So without further ado, let's kick it off. Alright, so let's get into the specifications. Starting off, this is the Blackstar St. James 50 watt tube head with EL34 tubes in fawn is the color. It is a 2-channel amp as well, and it has multi power outputs of 2, 5, and 50 watts. Now let's talk about the back and the controls. First, you have the power output. Then you have your speaker output. You have 1x16 ohm, or 1x8 ohm, or a 2x16 ohm. You have a balance connector that you can connect directly into your mixer if you choose. You also have a line out for phones. And then, of course, you have the different cab rig you're using, and you want to make sure you select the correct one. You have an effects loop with a return, a send, and a level +4 dB or a -10 dB. You also have a foot switch for switching over to your different channels and the USB audio. And then, of course, the front starts off with your input jack, followed by you have your volume for channel 1. You have your gain for channel 2 as well as your volume for channel 2. You also have a channel 2 boost. You have a bass, middle, treble control. You also have a reverb built in. Then the next you have is your power switch with a choice of 2 watts or 50 watt. And then you have a master volume as well. Then you have a standby and power switch. And real quick, the St. James also has a lighted Blackstar logo, and also if you have the Blackstar cab, that also lights. The other thing you'll notice is you have within the standby and power switch, you would think by looking at it, if you're here in the United States, that it is actually on, but it is not. The power and the standby in the up position is off, and in the down position is on, which is really interesting. So the tech specs include 2 channels. It's 50 watt with a 2 watt sag setting. Preamp tubes, 2 ECC83s. Power tubes, 2 times EL34s, includes the reverb, 3-band EQ. The amp modeling is yes. Number of models, 3. And of course, we want to get into the height, 8.74 inches, width, 15.82 inches, depth, 8.42 inches, and the weight is 13.2 pounds. Definitely very light. The construction material is a candlenut plywood with fawn Tolex. The amp also comes with a 2-button foot switch to allow you to change between channels and other options. So with that being said, let's go ahead and move in and get this guitar out and let's listen to some tones. All right, let's go ahead and get started on the tones. Our signal chain is, we are using my DGT SE right now, and we're tying that through Mary Cry's compressor, and then it's going directly into the amp. We're using the reverb that's within the amp itself, and that's up about 3/4. Then we have the SM57 and the other mic, the MX, I forgot the name of it off the top of my head, sorry about that. And that's tying directly into my DAW so that we can pick it up that way so you can hear the tones through the 2x12 Blackstar. All right, let's do this. So that's on channel 1, volume at about 12. The gain is up about to about 3 o'clock. And then volume 2 is not being used. The master is right about here. Now we're on 2 watts, so we're only using 2 watts right now. So let's listen to it, just individual notes. All right, let's switch over to channel 2. All right, and our gain is up around, our volume was at 12. Our gain now is up at 3 o'clock. And our boost is on. So let's turn the boost off. Now let's add that boost in. Switched over to the bridge. Let's throw in horse meat. See what we got now. So our final thoughts. Overall, this amplifier is phenomenal. I mean, I couldn't be happier with the amp. And I do have quite a few different amps. This is definitely my number one, and probably my Fender is my number two. I love the tones that I get with it. I love all the options I get with it. The other thing is the 5-watt is perfect for our apartment here. It doesn't bother the neighbors as long as I keep it down. It's just a great amp. The 2x12 cab sounds fantastic. I've been using it in a lot of the videos lately that I've been doing. And you've heard the tones and know how well it sounds. The other thing that it has available to it when you purchase it, it has an architecture software that's really cool that allows you to do some really cool modeling and stuff like that. And that includes make different sounds and tones and tie it into your DAW and all sorts of other stuff. Now, I didn't cover this, but I've included a link below to a fantastic video that was done by another YouTuber that covers the architecture in depth. And I think you're really going to enjoy that video as well. And again, I'll have it all linked in the description below, and it'll show you how that architecture software works and what you can do with it and the whole 9 yards, so to speak. So with everything being said, I guess at this point, I'd ask you, if you did like the video and you're good with it, please, if you would, go ahead and like the video. Also, if you would, subscribe to our channel. Our goal is to get up and subscribers so that we can turn around and monetize. And once we monetize, all proceeds, all funds, all money that comes in is going directly to Guardian Angels Medical Service Dogs in order to raise funds for medical service dogs for veterans and first responders at no cost to the veteran or first responder. So thanks again for dropping by, and until the next time, take care.